Gimme, thank you. 7:17. If you want to get your dream job these days, you have to look for more than a help wanted sign hanging outside of a storefront. And with the pandemic, first impressions may be the only time you get. A business leadership coach, Angela Civitella, joins us with some pointers on doing the best interview that you can right now. Angela, good morning to you.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
We're speaking to you virtually. This is how a lot of interviews are happening. Tell me about the challenges and what we need to do.
So they keep multiplying, don't they? I mean, job interviews to begin with are difficult, and this is even more challenging. So you really need to figure out a way to stand out. So some of quick pointers would be the way that you have eye contact with somebody that's interviewing you. Make sure that you look directly at them. It inspires confidence, honesty, integrity. That you're someone that wants to be open about any information that they need from you. Look for, make it informal. There's much less formality these days. So ask how they are as well. Make it an even playing field in terms of how you communicate with one another.
Make that human connection with them.
Absolutely. Very important to make it much more human and less about employer versus potential employee.
Angela, I always get stuck with the beverage question because they often offer you a beverage and I end up burning my tongue on the hot coffee. But when you're offered a beverage, you should accept, right?
Yes, absolutely, because it bodes to giving, always that notion of making it less informal, more comfortable, and more about an exchange rather than an interview between two people. Because you're not just there, to let them get to know you better. You also want to get to know your potential employer better. You want to know exactly who you're dealing with, what kind of environment you're going to be in. You're going to be spending a lot of time there.
Yeah,
so it's very important that you get to know them.
Yeah, that little walk to the break room is kind of off time where you can make a little small talk and get to know each other a little bit more. Talk about perfecting your timing. What does that mean?
So many people don't wait for someone to speak before they answer. We're always, we walk in with a preset list of things that we need to give an answer to because we kind of know what we're going to be asked, but we don't allow enough time for whoever's asking you something to, put the information out. So give proper timing, and it also sets the tone whereby the other person also slows down their pace a little bit. So it becomes more of a conversation and less about a Q&A between two people.
So be thoughtful for your answers and take that moment if you need that beat. You also want to turn the tables and ask them, too, some questions.
When at the end of the interview, when they ask you, do you have any questions? A lot of people just want to get out of there so quickly that they don't take advantage of the moment and say, you know what, I do have questions. I'd like to ask you. I came with a list. I'm prepared. And that looks even better for you because it tells the employer you've taken the time to get to know who you were meeting, what kind of business. And so you come in with preset questions.
Yeah. What about thank you notes? Are we still doing thank you notes? Are we sending an email? What's the protocol these days?
Thank you notes is such an important thing to still do. It's not done enough, I think. Personally, I prefer a handwritten note. A handwritten thank you note says so much about your character and who you are as a person and how you want to stand out. Unfortunately, there's too few people that do that. So if you can't get to do a handwritten note, send an email immediately after and say thank you. Thank you for taking the time to see me.
Angela, thank you for taking the time to see us today. We appreciate that.
It was my pleasure. Thank you. Have a great day.
You too. You too. Eye contact. You also think